Hello there, Homeschool Nolan here to help you navigate learning in the digital age. Today I'd like to pose an interesting question. Plumber versus programmer. Which job do you think offers better career opportunities in the future? We hear a lot these days about how artificial intelligence and automation might soon be taking away a lot of jobs. And one of our goals as homeschooling parents is to help guide our kids towards a fulfilling career when they grow up. Now, I know there are a lot more jobs out there than just plumber and programmer, but I picked these two jobs to talk about because they represent two types of jobs which I believe will continue to be valuable in the next few decades. The first type of job is what I would call the knowledge worker. That's what a programmer is. Engineers, physicians, and scientists are all knowledge workers too. Knowledge workers typically work in front of a computer and use their knowledge in their minds to solve problems and output the work into a keyboard. And because they generally work in front of a computer, they usually can work from just about anywhere in the world these days, as long as they're connected to the internet. The second type of job is what I would call the skilled tradesman. That's what a plumber is. So is an electrician or a carpenter. The skilled tradesman generally works with their hands doing very skilled work. Unlike the knowledge worker, they cannot work from anywhere. They must work wherever the job is, whether it's a construction site, inside a building, or in a client's home. Now, these two types of jobs may seem very different to you, and I'm guessing most of you would probably prefer programming over plumbing for your own child. After all, we live in the digital age. Our world is becoming increasingly dominated by artificial intelligence and machine learning. And those who can program these machines will no doubt continue to be very valuable to society. I myself work in tech, and I see this trend every day. But I also know from personal experience that programming machines running AI can be very hard, and it's not for everyone. And that's why I would like to talk today about another career option that's often overlooked, and that is that of a plumber or a skilled tradesman. Now, I myself have never worked as a plumber, so why am I talking about it? Well, it all started for me recently when I had a running toilet in my house. Not being a plumber myself, I did what everyone would do these days to fix it. I went to YouTube and watched a few videos on how to fix a running toilet. Fortunately, my problem wasn't serious enough to warrant hiring a plumber. But it made me realize just how important the skilled tradesmen really are. Had I had a more serious problem like a pipe bursting, I definitely would have had to call a plumber, and I would have been willing to pay just about any price to get it fixed right away. But what I also realized is that this experience of fixing an important piece of household hardware is also a great learning opportunity for homeschoolers. Because in order to fix something, you must first understand how it works. And there's the learning opportunity. To fix a toilet, you do have to understand some basic concepts from science. You have to understand concepts such as gravity, buoyancy, and siphoning, and some fluid mechanics. These are all things we learn from basic physics that can now be put into practice. So what I'm getting at is that your own home can become a terrific hands-on lab for learning science. When something breaks in your home and needs fixing, whether it's a toilet, a refrigerator, the AC, or an electrical outlet, there's always an opportunity to use it to teach your kids some science. And even if you can't fix it yourself, and you need someone to hire someone to fix it, you can still use it as an opportunity to try to explain to your child what repair is being done and how it works. If your refrigerator breaks, you can use it as an opportunity to teach how a compressor compresses hot air into a cooler liquid. If the electrical outlet in your wall is not working, you can use it as an opportunity to teach your kids the basics of electricity, circuits, and circuit breakers. And who knows, perhaps by engaging your kids with home repair and home improvement projects, you'll also grow their understanding and appreciation of science and how science works in our everyday lives. You know, one of the things we do potentially miss out as homeschoolers is a well-equipped science lab in the school. But if you're resourceful enough, you can find plenty of opportunities around the house, whether it's in the bathroom, garage, or the kitchen, to teach hands-on science. Which leads me back now to the question, plumbing versus programming. Now, my goal today is certainly not to say which job is better. After all, it's up to each individual to decide how they want to use their talents in life. But what I would like to do is to encourage parents and homeschoolers not to overlook the role of a skilled tradesman as a potential career option. I think the job of the plumber is sometimes overlooked because it's perceived as manual labor where you literally do have to get your hands dirty to get the job done. It's also a very highly skilled job and can be very difficult. I did some research and found that becoming a master plumber takes years of training. You start by being an apprentice, typically for 4 years. You then become a journeyman for 2 years, and then you have to pass a difficult exam to become a master plumber. But one thing you don't necessarily have to do is get a 4-year college degree. But once you pass the exam, you're pretty much set for life. As long as people continue to use running water, there will always be a need for plumbers. And I hear the pay is pretty good as well. I also believe that the job of the skilled tradesman can be actually more secure for 2 reasons. First, unlike the job of the knowledge worker, the job of the plumber or the skilled tradesman cannot be outsourced overseas. You cannot hire someone sitting in front of a computer, living in another state or country, to come and fix your broken pipe or repair your refrigerator. Secondly, while artificial intelligence is already threatening to take over jobs that involve analyzing and processing vast amounts of data, the advancements in robotics have still yet to catch up to replacing the dexterity of a skilled tradesman's hands. In fact, there are still many basic household chores that robots simply cannot do. For example, my youngest child is still in diapers, and I sure wish I could hire a robot to change the diapers for him. But that doesn't seem likely anytime soon. And it's not likely that robots, anytime soon, will be able to come into your house, look at your air conditioner, fix it, or examine your broken pipes, take it out and replace it and fix it automatically. We still need intelligent, skilled human hands to do that. So while artificial intelligence has been advancing, the dexterity of robots hasn't been advancing as fast. For this reason, I believe skilled tradesmen who do difficult work with their hands will continue to be very valuable to society. So what does this all mean for you and your child? Well, we are living in a fast-changing world, increasingly disrupted by technology. But I believe that these 2 types of jobs, the knowledge worker and the skilled tradesman, will continue to be very valuable to society. And as homeschooling parents, we should encourage our kids to explore both abilities, the ability to solve problems with their mind, as well as the ability to build and fix things with their hands. Now, I will confess that when I asked my own 8-year-old son to help me fix the toilet, it was difficult to pry him away from the computer. I shouldn't have been surprised that watching me replace a flapper just wasn't as appealing to an 8-year-old as working or playing on a computer. So it may not be easy to encourage your child to learn and be curious about fixing things around the house either. But being patient and persistent while trying to encourage our children to learn and learn about the world around them is all part of being a homeschooling parent. And I hope this has been helpful in helping you guide your children discover their gifts and help them guide towards their destination in life. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.